Friends, do you know how can writing be made more concise and efficient? No idea, madam. Okay, today we shall study another topic from English grammar by which we can make writing much more concise and efficient by writing sentences in a specific manner. That is called as active voice. On the other hand, passive voice helps making description lengthier where the writer can develop the subject in depth. Let us observe the following sentences carefully. Example: subject, verb, object. A. I helped her. B. She was helped by me. The sentences A and B above express the same meaning. However, in example A, the form of the verb shows that the subject did something or is the doer. In example B, the form of the verb shows that something is done by the subject or the subject is the receiver of the action. When the subject in the sentence is the doer of the action, the verb is said to be in the active voice. Here the subject doer plays an active role. When the subject in the sentence is the receiver of the action, the verb is said to be in the passive voice. Here the subject receiver plays a passive role. As the subject doer does not play an active role in the passive voice, it is often omitted. Example: I take care of my belongings. Active. My belongings are taken care of by me. Passive. Let us now study the rules to be observed while changing a sentence from active to passive voice. The object of the active voice becomes the subject in the passive voice. The subject of the active voice becomes the object in the passive voice. The passive voice usually has the prepositional phrase by plus doer at the end. All other general rules are applied. Example: A. The hunter shot the deer. The deer was shot by the hunter. B. I ate an apple. An apple was eaten by me. Very often the subject can be omitted in the passive voice construction. Example: A. You astonish us. Active. We are astonished. Passive. B. We invited you for dinner. Active. You were invited for dinner. Passive. The same tense is maintained in the passive voice, followed by the past participle form of the verb. Example: A. She had written a letter. Active. A letter had been written by her. Passive. B. She will take an interview tomorrow. Active. An interview will be taken by her tomorrow. Passive. Now study the following table and note the changes. Active passive voice. Simple present tense. Active voice. All scientists know this fact. Passive voice. This fact is known to all scientists. Present continuous tense. Active voice. She is teaching us English. Passive voice. English is being taught to us by her. Present perfect tense. Active voice. I have written a book. Passive voice. A book has been written by me. Simple past tense. Active voice. I wrote a letter. Passive voice. A letter was written by me. Past continuous tense. Active voice. Mother was cooking a nice meal. Passive voice. A nice meal was being cooked by mother. Past perfect tense. Active voice. They had lit the candles. Passive voice. The candles had been lit by them. Simple future tense. Active voice. I shall not tolerate this. Passive voice. This shall not be tolerated by me. Let us learn about the imperative sentences. While changing the voice in an imperative sentence, we usually add let at the beginning of the sentence in the passive voice. The reporting verb said is usually changed as follows: exclaim plus with plus joy, sorrow, fear, anger, wonder, surprise, pain, regret, etc. That is used in reported speech. The exclamatory sentence is changed into an assertive sentence. All other general rules are applied. Example: A. Complete the work. Let the work be completed. B. Help the needy. Let the needy be helped. Next comes the interrogative sentences. While changing the voice in an interrogative sentence, the standard rules apply and the interrogative structure remains unchanged. However, when the sentence begins with who, it is changed to whom in the passive voice. Example: A. How did you solve the problem? How was the problem solved by you? B. Who gave you the bag? By whom was the bag given to you? Tenses, active voice, passive voice, auxiliary or helping verbs used in passive voice tenses. Simple present: I write a letter. A letter is written by me, is or me or are. Simple past: I wrote a letter. A letter was written by me, was or were. Simple future: I shall write a letter. A letter will be written by me, shall be or will be. Present continuous: I am writing a letter. A letter is being written by me, is or am or are plus being. Past continuous: I was writing a letter. A letter was being written by me, was or were plus being. Present perfect: I have written a letter. A letter has been written by me, has been or have been. Past perfect: I had written a letter. A letter had been written by me, had been. Future perfect: I will have written a letter. A letter will have been written by me, shall have been or will have plus been. Should: I should write a letter. A letter should be written by me, should be. Must: I must write a letter. A letter must be written by me, must be. May or might: I may or might write a letter. A letter may or might be written by me, may or might plus be. Can or could: I can or could write a letter. A letter can or could be written by me, can or could plus be. Order: write a letter. Let a letter be written. Request: please write a letter. You are requested to write a letter. Remember the pointers and joyous be your learning friends.